The Commerce Commission is investigating a number of possible pyramid schemes targeting Pacifica in Auckland. It's received a number of complaints, but One News understands hundreds of Tongans have been affected. Pacific correspondent Barbara Drever with this exclusive report.
They talk a big game.
I've suffered, you suffered, everybody suffered. But there's always a loophole, and this is the loophole, people.
We are a registered company. We only started little, but we're growing very, very fast. And I can guarantee you guys to join us because the money will get paid.
But it's believed hundreds of Tongans in Auckland have lost money through a number of pyramid schemes similar to this one.
Since I got my 2,000 bank, I haven't put it in the bank.
Do you want me to put it here?
Just want to show it to you guys so you know it's really true.
It's not true for most who sign up for these schemes, which come presented as gifting programs or investments.
Man, I feel so sad. It's like they're stealing from us as the Tongans, but the thing that I want now, I just want my money back.
Victims are promised if they put in money, they'll receive big cash quickly, but it relies on them bringing in recruits.
Bring your 4 people on your first week.
Their cash gets gifted to the people above them.
And when you get paid in the first one, you share, and the second one you share, and by the time that it gets to the end, I have enough money to bring in more people and play this game. This is a beautiful game. I like it.
But it's only beautiful for those at the top. Pyramid schemes always collapse and the people further down get nothing.
If you need to recruit people in order to make money, and there's no real product or service involved, it's probably an illegal pyramid scheme. Don't risk it.
These schemes are running rampant in Auckland's Tongan community. Even on this Facebook Messenger group set up by victims trying to get their money back, there's blatant recruiting going on.
Ask me how, yous come and join. 750 and in 21 days, 3,000.
The first time I thought was myself only was betrayed. But when they add me to the group chat and I found out it's hundreds of us.
Another scheme has been running out of this takeaway bar. There's a supposed contract which makes it look legitimate to those who've signed up.
No. I saw the paper and it makes me believe this is true. It's going to happen because they let me sign. We made an agreement.
Legal experts One News spoke to say the contract itself doesn't make sense. Some of it is complete gibberish.
If you didn't know much about agreements or contracts, you would suspect that it was, you would trust that.
Recruiting and meetings are happening in McDonald's, church halls and private homes. We spoke to a number of victims who've dealt with this woman, Sita Tuimā, and her Golden Gifting group.
They said to us, don't stress, just join, you'll get your money in 10 days, don't worry, we'll get it for you. And since then, I'll keep chasing them and still nothing.
Sita Tuimā denies she's part of a pyramid scheme and says it's a gifting program. She told One News that people lost money because they didn't bring in recruits or left without passing cash on to the people above them. She says she's joined another gifting program so she can refund those who paid her.
We'll explain to you guys the option we will take. We will figure out somewhere to come up with the money.
People we've spoken to say no refund has been forthcoming. Instead, they've lost trust and cash they didn't have to start with.
Right, Barb is with us now, and Barbara, you've been speaking to the victims. What can you tell us about them?
Oh, they're mostly low-income, working families. I spoke to a few mums who'd managed to scrape together some cash to pay for their children's uniform school fees, but they didn't have quite enough, and the promise that they could put that money they'd saved into the scheme and get big returns really fast was actually the answer that they'd been looking for. But of course it wasn't. Some of the people that running these schemes, they talk the talk, they use very official, complicated language. I heard one explanation and it sounded good to me, but it actually does not make sense. The devastated families that I spoke to put in about $300 to $1,500, and it's big money for them.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's easy to get swept away in it. Why do you think that we're seeing these kind of schemes popping up all of a sudden?
Yes, that's right, because they have mushroomed up around the city, and that's because as one group starts to fall, and they do fail, then some people from that scheme will leave to start their own group and say to the victims who have lost money, hey, come and join this one, my cousin's running it, you'll get your money, you will, and of course they don't. It's important to point out here that pyramid schemes are illegal in New Zealand and the Commerce Commission is investigating.
Ngā mihi nui. Thanks so much, Barb, and you'll be back at very early on breakfast tomorrow for more on this.
Will.
Thank you.